If you are Googling, is Boise a good place to live? You are going to find the same 3 things. It's safe, it's outdoorsy, and the people are nice. And here is the thing, that is all true. It is incredibly safe. The outdoors are world class and the people really are that nice. I live here, I love it, but that is the highlight reel. That is what you see when you visit for a weekend in June. But if you are planning to move your family and your net worth here, I'm a native. I was born and raised in this valley. I have watched it turn from a quiet farming community into the major metro area it is today. Relying on the highlight reel can be misleading because the highlight reel won't tell you that we have specific commute traps that turn a 15-minute drive into 45 minutes of gridlock. It won't tell you about the inversion layer that traps toxic smog in the valley for weeks in January. And it definitely won't tell you about the new build tax surprise that hits people 12 months after they move in. I'm Rachel. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Idaho, but I operate like a consultant. Here's the difference. A salesperson's goal is to sell you a house today. My goal is to stop you from buying the wrong house. So in this video, I'm going to break down. Let's start with the single biggest surprise for people who move here without a strategy: traffic. But it's not just that traffic is busy, it's that traffic here is highly specific to certain corridors. If you look at Google Maps at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, everything looks green. But that is misleading. It doesn't account for the localized bottlenecks that happen between 4 and 6 p.m. Look at this road right here, Highway 55, also known as Eagle Road. This is the main artery connecting Eagle to Meridian and I-84. If you buy a house in North Eagle because you want the prestige, but you work in downtown Boise or need to get to the airport at 5 p.m., you have to factor this road in because it serves as the primary commercial corridor for the area. The volume here is massive. A 7-mile drive on Eagle Road isn't a straight shot during peak hours. The volume and the signal timing can double your drive time. If efficiency is your priority, you need to buy based on corridor access, not just the city. Now, there is a future fix for this: Highway 16. This is where the highlight reel is outdated. If you are looking at Star or North Meridian, you need to know about the Highway 16 expansion. This is the project designed to alleviate that pressure on Eagle Road. Once fully completed, this will give the West Valley a straight shot south to the interstate. So while traffic is heavy now, if you are buying for the long term, 5 to 10 years, being positioned near Highway 16 access points is a massive strategic advantage. It solves the commute problem that current residents are dealing with. However, if you are looking further west at Nampa or Caldwell because you get more house for the money, and you do, you need to understand the commute math. Between the Garrity exit and the 10-mile exit, traffic compresses significantly. If you have to commute to downtown Boise from Nampa every single day, you are signing up for a longer commute. So, what's the takeaway? Don't just ask how many miles it is. Ask how many stoplights are between me and the freeway. If you're looking at Star, you are currently about 20 minutes just to get to the freeway. Keep your eye on that Highway 16 timeline because that is the game changer. Now, let's talk about the money. By 2026, the old narrative that Idaho is dirt cheap is outdated. We are a premium market now. But the biggest mistake I see isn't people overpaying for the house, it's people underestimating the monthly carry. I call this the monthly cost stack. Zillow helps you calculate the mortgage, but it does a terrible job at the rest of the stack. And that is what makes one house feel affordable and another feel tight. Layer 1, the property tax reality. In Idaho, values float with the market. Yes, we have a homeowner's exemption, which is a great benefit that knocks a portion off your taxable value, but buyers often calculate their payments based on what the current owner is paying. That is a mistake. If the previous owner lived there for 20 years, their tax bill is low. Your tax bill will be based on what you just paid. I see unrepresented buyers get blindsided when that adjustment hits a year later because they didn't run the math on the new value. Layer 2, the new build supplemental. This is even more critical if you are buying new construction. When you close on a brand new home, the county often has it assessed as just dirt, vacant land. So for the first 6 to 12 months, your tax bill looks incredibly low, maybe $800 a year. You think, wow, the cost of living here is amazing. Then the county catches up. They assess the house itself. Suddenly you get a supplemental tax bill in the mail. For a typical new build in Ada County, this can be anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000, depending on when you close. If you treat that early cash flow as spending money instead of saving it, that bill is a massive inconvenience you didn't plan for. Layer 3, the water trap, irrigation versus city. And finally, the hidden layer, water. This is specific to the high desert. Most subdivisions in Meridian, Star, and Eagle have pressurized irrigation. This means you pay a flat fee, usually $100 to $150 a year, to water your lawn with canal water. It's incredibly cheap, but not every home has this. If you buy a home on the Boise bench or certain older pockets, you might be watering your lawn with city water. That means you are paying treated drinking water rates to water your grass. In July and August, that difference can be $200 to $300 a month on your utility bill. Here's some advice. Check the listing. If it says irrigation, none, you need to budget an extra $1,500 a year just to keep your grass green. This is the one topic most relocation guides skip. But as a consultant, I have to be real with you. If you are 30 years old and healthy, Idaho's healthcare system is just fine. But if you have a complex medical condition, autoimmune disorder, endocrine, cardiac history, or specialized pediatric needs, we have a supply and demand imbalance. Idaho currently ranks near the bottom nationally for physicians per capita. The population exploded, but the medical infrastructure didn't scale at the same speed. The wait time reality. It is not uncommon for a new patient to wait 3 to 6 months just to establish care with a primary care physician. For specialists, it can be longer. I have had clients who actually keep their specialists in California or Seattle for the first year and fly back for those appointments because they couldn't get into the local system fast enough. That isn't a failure of the system, it's a math problem. Too many people, not enough white coats. Now, we have two main health systems here, St. Luke's and St. Alphonsus. They are both great systems, but they don't always talk to each other. If your insurance is tied to a specific network, you might find that the one specialist you need is in the other network. This can severely limit your options. So here's some advice. Call the clinics today. Pretend you already live here. Call a rheumatologist or pediatrician and ask, I am a new patient with this condition. When is your first available appointment? And get on the books. If they say November and it's March, book it now. You can always cancel later. Bring your records, all the physical copies, and don't rely on digital transfers between states to happen instantly. The goal isn't to scare you, it's to ensure that your healthcare transfer is as smooth as your physical move. So Google says Boise has mild winters. Compared to Minnesota, yes, but we have a weather phenomenon called the inversion. Because we are in a bowl, a valley surrounded by mountains, Cold air sinks to the bottom and warm air sits on top. It forms a lid. This traps car exhaust, pollution, and moisture in the valley floor. Now, you may be asking what an inversion feels like. Well, for 2 to 3 weeks in January or February, it is gray, and then it is more gray. It is gloomy. The air quality can get into the red, and sometimes you don't see the sun for 2 to 3 weeks. If you have seasonal affective disorder, this is hard. However, there is a hack. You drive about 30 to 40 minutes up to Bogus Basin Road. As you climb, you literally break through the clouds. Suddenly, it's 45 degrees and sunny at the ski lodge, while down in the Treasure Valley, it's 25 degrees and freezing fog. It's a surreal experience, but you need to know it happens so you can plan your escape. Now, we also have a 5th season called smoke season. Usually in August and September, wildfires from Oregon, California, Canada, and Idaho drift smoke into the valley. Some years it's clear. Some years you don't go outside for a week because the air is hazardous. This is the price of living in the West. I'm not saying don't move here. I'm saying budget for a high quality HVAC system and HEPA filtration in your home. Let's look at the new build hidden costs. About 50% of my relocation clients tell me they want new construction. They want the warranty, the new smell, and the modern finishes. But we need to make a distinction. If you are building a $2 million custom home, most of this is included. But if you are looking at production or semi-custom builders, the ones advertising those attractive prices in the $500K to $800K range, you need to understand how they operate. In Idaho, volume builders market the base price. This is the price of the structure on the lot. But unlike a resale home, that price often excludes the livability layer. The first one, the backyard zero reality. Most production builders will landscape your front yard, the sod and sprinklers, because they want the street to look good. The backyard, it is often just graded dirt. You are responsible for the sprinklers, the sod, the curbing, and the patio extension. For a standard quarter-acre lot, you need to budget a minimum of $15,000 to $25,000 just to get it usable. If you don't, you are living in a dust bowl for your first summer here. The second one, the fencing equation. In many new communities, fencing is not standard. You get wing fencing connecting the house to the side, but the perimeter is on you. In 2026, vinyl privacy fencing is running about $45 to $60 per linear foot installed. If you have a standard perimeter, that is an $8,000 to $12,000 check you have to write immediately, especially if you have a dog. And the third one, the fishbowl effect. When you walk into a model home, it feels cozy. When you walk into your completed home, it is a fishbowl. It comes with glass, not blinds. To do custom fit blinds on a 2,500 square foot home, you are looking at another $3,000 to $5,000 out of pocket before you sleep there the first night. So let's look at the real math. That $600,000 new build is actually a $640,000 project once you finish the yard and cover the windows. In contrast, a $600,000 resale home usually has the mature landscaping, the fence, the blinds, and sometimes the refrigerator is included. Now, there are massive benefits to new construction: incentives, rate buy-downs, and warranties. I sell a lot of new construction, but it is complicated. I actually just did a video that goes into deeper description about all the hidden costs with new construction. I'll link that right here and in the description. Watch that next if you are serious about building. But for this video, just know the sticker price is not the finished price. And I hear people complain about the growth all the time. But here is the truth. Growth happens. The secret is how you pivot. I still live here. I am raising my family here. The safety is real. The community is real. The access to the outdoors is unmatched, but even as a native, I have had to adjust where I go and how I drive. It is still an incredible place to call home if you buy with your eyes open. Now, I want to hear from you. I just broke down the 5 biggest risks: the traffic, the monthly cost, the medical wait list, the inversion, and the new build cost. Which one of those is your biggest concern? Is it the commute time, or is it the doctor shortage? Drop a comment below and tell me. Let's talk about it. If you are sitting there thinking, I still want to move, but I don't want to make a mistake, that is exactly what I do. You don't need a salesperson telling you everything is perfect. You need a consultant to look at your budget, look at your timeline, and tell you the truth about which neighborhoods will actually work for you. If you want to have that conversation, my phone number is below. Don't settle for the highlight reel. Do the work, get the data, and buy the reality. I'm Rachel, and I'll see you in the next video.